My windows stopped working. It's Friday. It's a Friday afternoon. Came back in town. I went to go do some leak checks and other things. Grabbed a late lunch. Like I said, it's after 2. I have another call now that it was sent to me because it's a 24 volt issue, I was told. So we'll see what that consists of. They have it should be a train unit not coming on, so we'll go check it out. If anything, I might have to trace it, see what's wrong with it, bypass something. You never know. It's a Friday afternoon. We'll see what we get into. But yeah, I have to pick up also caps. We need new caps for the guys. So just running errands. I had to pick up some packages and things like that. So we're gonna head out. Got a little break. Drove a lot today. That always sucks. But now I'm super close by, so let's go check out that unit because it is 100. It's 105 degrees today. They need the AC. So yeah, it's gonna be really annoying. I always forget. I always want to call it Jimmy John's. It's Jersey Mike's. Really good. Little late lunch. I only ate half of that sandwich anyway. I've been trying really hard to get back in shape, get right for summer, for work. As a lot of you guys know, I think one of the hardest parts is staying in shape, especially if you come into this trade as a young, in shape athlete. You're always at the gym, all that kind of stuff. There's discipline in that, right? And I think that's always the hardest part, because once you are in the trade, you're just always tempted to stop for fast food. Now, I've always had a high metabolism. I've always eaten whatever I wanted. I used to eat a ton as a kid, but I was rail thin because I was in sports. I had, like I said, a high metabolism, all that kind of stuff. And that just went out the window, once I got older. But it got really bad. And a few years ago, I actually lost about 55 pounds just by calorie counting, right? So I did switch out a lot of like condiments and just foods in general that I could for healthier options or low calorie options, like like mayo and ketchup and condiments. You go with the sugar-free version of it. I get low calorie bread now that tastes like white bread. Like I don't completely give up things. And soda was a big one for me. Going to diet or zero has helped a lot. I know I need to drink more water. We're getting into summer. I bought a nice big container for water now. But fast food is always a hard part because you're always on the go. So I just try not to get the greasy fried things. Even though hot wings are my weakness, that is the one thing I can eat all day, every day. But just a friendly reminder to be careful. You can tell when you spiral out because you feel sluggish, tired. You can't do normal things at work. Everything's a struggle. And then once you correct some things and you fix that, work gets so much easier, more energy during the day, all that good stuff. So I'm honestly just avoiding the inevitable. Let's get up on this roof. It is a really hot day, so we're here. Let's go up there. Jesus Christ. Eventually we'll do maintenance. That's what I keep hearing. All right, so I walked through. They're all running except this guy right here. Let's take a look at it. All right, let's see what we can find. Okay, yeah, this is a newer type. So we got phase monitor shows that we have power and it's good. We come up now. I don't see a leak. Could be out on a safety or something like that. There's also a brake here. Load. Check our coil. Alright, so call for cooling through yellow, and it goes through basically all the pressure switches. Oh shit. So which one? One issue is it's tapped wrong, so let's put it on 230. I'm not sure how long that delay is. Thanks to Camel City Mill, my feet stayed dry and sweat free. If you guys want to go check them out, I do have a link down below for a discount, or you can use a discount code that's on screen right now. But Camel City Mill socks, they have this special blend of merino wool, and it's crazy. It keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. They have these vents also built in, but the sock itself is padded quite nicely, and it's also extra durable in those high wear areas. So the most comfortable socks I've ever owned for work, and I even wear them on the weekends, and they really do keep your feet from getting super nasty at the end of the day. So check them out for yourself if you want some high quality socks to go with your nice boots. And let's get back to the video. So all I did here was push my, because it goes through the yellow and then it comes down through all your pressure switches. Like this high side one is blue, the no, actually low side is blue, high side is white, and then you got this discharge sensor right here, which is black. So they're all basically just looping into each other, daisy chained, and then it goes back out, I believe yellow again, to that contactor coil. So if I just stick my meter into two of them that I could, which was black and white, because it's all one big loop, and you have continuity, you're good. Because it's basically going through one, meeting back up, and then feeding the contactor coil. So I just wanted to check, like coming out the thermostat, is it reaching the coil? That tone means that it's going through all the safeties and hitting right here. Is just, are we energized? Which I'm gonna go check the thermostat because I'm getting impatient. It's taking too long. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. That one I do get 26, so maybe we have an issue at the thermostat. Alrighty then, I didn't expect that. I'm not gonna dig into the wall. They're using brown, so let me cut back here. Brown, what do you got? What is going on here? Oh, I'm checking the wrong one. No, I'm checking the right one. Yeah, it's brown. Okay, so yeah, I remember there being a break here. So this is still yellow going down. So I'm not sure why brown is at the thermostat. Because if I do this, there's my 24, 26 volts. So let me, before I mess with this, let me go double check that wall. Yeah, I'll just take a couple of tools with me. How much y'all want to bet that's all it was? So I'm gonna just put all the wire nuts back and just, it should turn on. It's on batteries. Just gonna shove all this back. Boom. Don't overthink it. Go back to basics. I think one of our new guys was here, so I'm gonna double check. And if he was putting in that thermostat for that call, he needed a thermostat, I guess, because it should have been working before. So I need to see why the reason for replacing the thermostat was, and then after he replaced it, this was just an error, mistake. So I just had this conversation on nights where I feel like I need to, do everything myself, but we're definitely gonna just make sure everybody's trained up to do simple checks, right? If they can just check the voltage, low voltage, it's not that big of a deal, right? You wired wrong, but if you can check it and fix your mistake, that's gold. Because I still make mistakes. It is what it is. Friday afternoon, I'm just obviously annoyed that I had to come out here, but I would be more annoyed if it was actually a catastrophic failure, a part that I couldn't get or didn't have. So it's fixed. I'm still getting out early. I can bring this up, make sure they understand what was going on, the technician that was out here. They also get a lot of remodels done at this customer. So what ends up happening is they will go through and remodel the areas where these thermostats are. And when that happens, other issues come up, because then it's not just us that touch the area. Someone else could have miswired it. So I just need to make sure that, did he wire it the way it was before? Maybe they got a remodel, because it does look like they got a new wall there. They've been redoing the walls basically, so they have to take off the thermostat. So did he wire it the way it was from somebody else's wiring, another company, or did he genuinely mix up the yellow and brown?